You don't know if you're eating too much, not enough, and if what you are eating is correct. Today, I'm going to stop that problem, which means you can eat your way to weight loss. For those of you new around here, hi, I'm Joe, I'm a Team GB gymnast and coach, and I also help people get into the best shape of their lives. You may have also seen me on the telly over the last few Saturdays, bringing entertainment to your screens and facing those scary, scary gladiators. The reason you clicked on this video and why you feel like you're not making progress with your fitness or weight loss journey is likely down to your nutrition. That stops here. Today, I'm going to solve that problem for you by giving you my 4 best tips. Let's get straight into it. Point 1, goal-specific eating. So, you don't know or you've not got outlined what exactly you're trying to do. After you've got that outlined, you will then be able to determine whether you need to eat more, less, and what you're eating to best suit that goal. That is what I mean by goal-specific eating. If your aim is to lose weight, you need to be eating in a calorie deficit, so consuming less calories than you are expending, otherwise you won't lose weight. If you're looking to be in the best place possible to build muscle, grow a little bit of size, you want to be eating in a slight calorie surplus, which means you are consuming more calories than you're expending. And well, if you're looking to fuel yourself the best for the best performance ever, that's probably something for another video. However, that is going to look very different between eating to lose weight, gain muscle, and the whole point of this is your nutrition needs to match the goal you have at the forefront of your mind. It's a bit like that thing, isn't it? It's like if you don't have clearly outlined what your goal is, you just kind of end up faffing around, kind of dipping your toe in the pool and never really jumping in, and you end up going nowhere. So you need to have specifically what your goal is down. Then you can optimize your nutrition to follow that and put you on path towards that goal. So if it's lose weight, build muscle, whatever it is, your nutrition needs to support that. People get hung up on what they have to do and don't overcomplicate it. It can be quite simple. And obviously if you've got a coach or you're in a program, they'll likely have something or someone will be helping you with this. If you want to check ours out, of course, as always, there's a link down below, but don't get too distracted yet because I've got more points that are going to save you when it comes to your nutrition. Point 2, which is why you are likely not making the progress you should be, is because you're not planning or organizing your nutrition. If you leave your nutritional choices and decisions to the last minute and you either have to really quickly try and cram in lots of extra additional calories and protein to hit your macro target for the day, or on the other hand, if you're leaving it till you're at the shops to decide what you're about to have for tea and you're really hungry, do you really think you're going to be making a good nutritional choice, which is the best fit for your goals? Probably not. I mean, I wouldn't, so maybe if you could, you're a better person than I am. Having a plan of what you intend to eat for a week, 2 weeks, whatever, for the day, depending on how you want to plan it, don't get hung up on it, but can just make the massive difference between you achieving your goals and you not, because implementing that habit can remind you in your brain, right, okay, I've got this for lunch, I've got this for dinner, I know what I've got, you can be prepared. And it can look like all sorts of different things. You can do this one day of the week, you can prepare for your whole week, or you can just have a similar system that works for you, where you know what you're going to be consuming, it helps harness your hunger cravings and keeps you on track with your calories. Because at the end of the day, that is what is going to make the difference scientifically between you and your fitness goals. Now, you might be thinking, Joe, yes, it's easy to say, but how do you do it? I'll level with you guys. I am so unorganized often when it comes to my nutrition. I've gone through phases of being organized with it. And for me, I've found that balance where, depending on what I'm doing, unless I'm doing something really specific or having a specific cut or specific bulk, or I'm training for something like the show, my nutrition often stays very similar day to day. I've got to the point where I know the balance for me, what works for me, whether I want to build muscle, lose weight, whatever. I still track nutrition now and then, but you develop that understanding of what you should be eating, how often, and how the nutrition works for you. I am terribly unorganized, and that is exactly why I've started using a meal prep company, and I'll be honest, it has been an absolute godsend. This has allowed me to keep strict track of what I'm eating, when I'm eating, how often I'm eating, have my meals planned for the week, days in advance, finishing work, getting home, knowing you've got some food ready, prepped when you're going to make those bad decisions. And also, it's incredibly tasty as well. Win-win. Yes, you can do this yourself. I'm by no far means saying go and sign up to a meal prep company. But if you're the type of person like me who leaves those things and says, oh, well, I'll meal prep next week, and you want to outsource it, I'm going to leave a link below to join Easy Prep, which is the company which I've been using, and we've been working together, and they've been absolutely amazing. I've also got an offer for my clients, which I'm going to extend to you guys since you've been watching this video. So when you first order, if you use the link below and you use the code Joe20, you can get 20% off your first order. But not only that, because they're so confident that once you've tried it, you'll want to stay, I bartered them a little bit. And I also managed to get an additional 10% off every order you place. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, click the link below and you'll have seen some of the clips here of the food and you can get yours, which means your nutrition is done for the week, days, whatever, and you don't have to think about that, and you can focus on the other things in your life like family, work, commitments, all those things. And for me, it's been a game changer. When I used to meal prep myself, I would just do the same thing again and again. And I know you might be a fussy eater. I'm not a fussy eater unless it's got tomatoes in it, and then I'm long gone. But these guys have really brightened up my nutrition, and genuinely look forward to using them going forwards. And it's nice to be able to offer you guys a little bit of a discount or something which I genuinely feel like can help you on your journeys. And like I say, clients are liking it and they've given it a go, and I've heard some people use it and they've had similar thoughts to me. So check that out if you're interested. The next point, and ready because it's a good one, you are not prioritizing whole foods and your protein target. So again, you can eat in a calorie deficit no matter what you're eating and you will lose weight. Same way, no matter what you're eating, if you're over consuming calories and you put yourself in a surplus, you're going to gain weight. However, there are a few tricks and a few things to focus on specifically when it comes to how best and what food to eat to give you the best results and give you a little edge and make it ever so slightly easier. Whole foods have a greater nutritional value than some of the other foods and processed foods you can consume. Often, they're lower in calorie and they help you feel more satiated, so more full, which means you're less likely and helps you to abstain from breaking those hunger cravings and going for the crisps or the chocolate. Don't get too hung up on the exact macronutrient breakdown of the carbs, fats and proteins exactly at the start. Get the calories right, understand what your goal is, what you're doing, and make sure you hit that. Get your protein right, and then underneath, you can focus on the exact fat breakdown of your day. If you get too hung up on these things, you'll find yourself again faffing around and not really making any progress. Prioritizing your protein is also another super important thing. Besides helping your body repair from the workouts it's been doing and help develop and build that muscle tissue if you are looking to grow a little bit of size, these foods and these high protein foods often again make you feel more satiated. Fuller for longer, if you go and eat 2 massive chicken breasts, no matter who you are, it's very unlikely that you're gonna jump on the sweet treat bandwagon in the next 20 minutes. Often these food choices can be the difference between you making progress and you not, because they again lead to sustainability, which is the key, but also helping your brain, yourself make better decisions because they make you feel fuller for longer. Whereas if you go and grab a Mackey's for breakfast or whatever, a couple of hours in, you could eat it again. And this is not what you want when you are trying to lose weight. The final point, which is going to stop you tripping over yourself and your feet in your sandals to get towards your weight loss goal, is this. Be consistent, not perfect. Like anything, the thing you do for a long period of time is going to be the direction in which you go. And being small and often and consistent is going to be far superior to having one incredible month and then throwing it down the pan, letting it go down the sink as you go into your next month. You're much better to treat yourself little and often and in small amounts than to go cold turkey on something whatever your cravings are, and then blow yourself into oblivion when you consume them on your cheat day or cheat meal or whatever at the weekend. And this is something we see time and time again. If it helps, an extra tip here, think of your daily calorie allowance as a weekly target. So add it up. If you were on 2,000 calories today, easy for math's sake, and you've got 7 days, that works out as 14,000 calories for the week. If you eat underneath that amount, you will lose weight. If you eat over that amount, you will gain weight if those calories are suited, obviously, for you and your metrics. Now, that can help people because if you're going out with the boys or with the ladies on Saturday and you're doing a bit of dancing, whatever your choice of activity is, use those weekdays to keep slightly under, and maybe you're going to have a day where you consume 3,500 calories if you want to do that. But ultimately, this way of banking calories and adding them together for the whole week can be a massive, massive benefit and a tool that I like to use sometimes with my clients. You might be someone who can just stick to the same thing, but you've got to be super careful when it comes to your calorie intake. Being more aware and being consistent in some way and finding that accountability is going to massively help you succeed along this journey. Our community, we work with lots of people who are in similar positions to yourself, and we help hold them accountable within the group and within me and my training app to their goals and their nutrition. We'll often start with a tracking process just to kind of educate people and actually help them understand what they are consuming and how much. And then sometimes we stay on there, sometimes we pull away from it. It just depends what type of a person you are. Anyway, whether it's adding up your calories for the week to help you understand it and stick to them better, that you can stay accountable is going to massively benefit your goals and of course your nutrition. Like in our coaching program, our community and myself through talks, communication and the training app, we keep you accountable for your nutrition. We help you track it. We help educate you to what you shouldn't be eating and how you can apply these best to your life and your situation. And there'll be a group of people around you who are all facing similar goals, challenges, triumphs and fails. And we are all human. We all have cravings. We all want to do things, eat foods we shouldn't, and it is absolutely normal. If you want to join that community and be surrounded by people who are in a similar position to yourselves, just trying to work towards their fitness goals and be in a supportive community and have a coach that keeps you accountable and tells you what to do, I'll leave a link down below. And if you're new to your journey and you want to develop year-long habits which are going to keep you on track, I recommend you watch this video here so your fitness success isn't just temporarily and it lasts forever. And if not, I will see you in a bit.